Welcome back, it's me, Lou. Alright, today's video is going to be somewhat different. It's not necessarily going to be an action figure review, it's more so going to be a character spotlight. So we're going to shine a spotlight on this guy right here. This is Strongheart, a very beloved character from the world of Dungeons and Dragons. This is my childhood toy that I had maybe when I was around 6 years old. He was a part of the Dungeons and Dragons action figure line, and he's seen better days. As you can see here, his head's kind of like scuffed up. It's kind of like some chips on his face, but it's an action figure I'm very fond of. Growing up, I was really big into like fantasy, knights and dragons and barbarians. Dungeons and Dragons really fascinated me. I had an older cousin who was a big D&D fan. And when this toy line came out, it was something that, it wasn't a toy line that I jumped and dived into deeply. I only had just the one figure. But I remember as a kid growing up, this was a toy line. I really wanted some of the toys, but for whatever reason, I never had any besides this guy. During the 80s, I was really into like Star Wars and G.I. Joes, but this figure here, it was always very special to me. The one toy from this line that I really wanted was the War Duke action figure, and I've looked at that in another video. So if I haven't posted that video up already, keep an eye out for it. War Duke is a character that NECA is actually making a new action figure for, which looks really amazing. I'm not sure if they're going to tackle Strongheart. I'd love it if NECA did a Strongheart figure, because I think this guy definitely needs an update. But, even if they don't, at least I have this one, this old vintage toy from the 80s. It's a nice figure. Mine is missing the cape. He had a blue cape, but I don't know what happened to it. His armor's nice, his sculpting's nice. I love the armor design. He has the wings flailing from the sides. He has kind of like that tuft of feathers. It looks great. Fantastic looking figure, great looking character. And speaking of Strongheart, most recently, he was one of the characters that Dungeons and Dragons brought back in their new module campaign, The Wild Beyond the Witchlight, a Feywild adventure. And in the back of the book, they have a bio on Strongheart. Let me pull it up. Where is it? So Strongheart belongs to the Valor's Call, and so over here we have the League of Malevolence. Here's Kellic, and then here's the War Duke character that I was talking about. NECA is recreating this character as an action figure, but he's not going to have this color scheme. He's going to look much more like how he did in the 80s. And then, where's Strongheart? Strongheart belongs to Valor's Call. Here he is. And then here's Strongheart. And this is how he's reimagined in 2021, 2022. And then here's the old action figure from the 80s. So I don't know, it was so awesome when I heard that D&D were bringing back some of the classic characters, for the new campaign. And I don't know, I just feel so nostalgic for this character and for this time period. And what was even cooler, to complement the new campaign, The Wild Beyond the Witchlight, WizKids released new minis for the campaign, much like they always do. But it was awesome because they released this starter set, The Wild Beyond the Witchlight, Valor's Call. And over on the upper left here, you can see the Strongheart miniature. So that's him in like, tabletop miniature form. And for me, that's just the awesomest thing. It's 2022 and they're reviving some of these classic characters. I have a new miniature of them. And if you're like really big into like painting miniatures, there's even like a a premium version of this miniature that's casted in resin. So if you enjoy assembling miniatures and painting them, there's actually a Valor's Call resin set that you could buy and assemble all the characters and paint them yourself. And I think that the resin figures are slightly larger, I believe. But yeah, it's awesome. Love Strongheart, love Warduke. I'm so glad that these characters are being revisited in 2022. So yeah, this is a shorter video. Like I said, I just wanted to do a character spotlight, just showcase this dude and talk about him. If you're a fan of D&D, you're already familiar with this world and the characters that inhabit it. If you grew up during the 80s like me and you had, some of these toys, I hope this takes you back. Alright, so let's wrap this video up. Once again, my name is Lou. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber or viewer, thank you so much for continued likes, comments, and support. I greatly appreciate it. So until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I'll see you at the next one. Alright, later.